I'm Brian Holcomb here for VeloNews.com with Dan Seaton. Dan, we're just fresh off of a men's elite race here in Louisville, the final race of the 2013 UCI Elite World Championships. Sven Nys comes through. Francis Murray, of course, gets off to a fast start, leads the race for about the first 25 minutes, and then the Belgians come through and take over. Nys, Kevin Powles, Klaus van Tornout. Kevin, though, ran into some problems late. He looked to be in it for the win, but was waylaid by a mechanical issue. Nothing new. Yeah,
you know, Powles has just had terrible luck. He may have had a shot to win the World Cup a couple of weeks ago in Hoogerida and had the same kind of issue. He's been so close to major championships so many times, and it's just must be heartbreaking for him to get so close and then just have things go wrong.
Sven Nys is, of course, no stranger to that. He comes through for the win, gets the gap on Van Tornout late, who gets into the course fencing a little bit. You've talked to Sven on numerous occasions over the last few months about Worlds and coming back to Louisville. What must be going through his mind?
Sven must be thrilled. You know, he has been like fighting for a good Worlds result for so long. He's been very close, a lot of podium finishes, but it's been a long time since he stood on the top step. And you know, after Coxside, he had a terrible race in, well, seventh, but a terrible race for Sven Nys in Coxside. He was really bummed out. He said he wasn't going to do Worlds anymore, and then fan support brought him back. He talked a lot about the importance of, you know, making cross a global sport, and to win here, it must just be a real thrill for him.
I was standing next to Joan Hanscom, one of the promoters of the event here, and as Sven was riding his final lap, and she couldn't be more thrilled. I mean, if a non-American rider was going to win, I think for American cyclocross and perhaps for global cyclocross, Sven Nys was the one to push the sport. The Americans, John Page rode well early, had his own mishaps partway through the race. What did you see from him? You spoke with him at the finish.
Yeah, you know, Jonathan said he didn't feel like Superman today, but he felt really good. He thought he could have a good result, maybe a top 10. He was going really well for a long time, and then he just had this disaster where his chain went into his spokes, and he said he tried to stay calm, but he just couldn't fix it fast enough. He was fighting for every place out there afterwards, but obviously a big disappointment for the new national champion.
Yeah, fighting for enough places that he ended up going down. I spoke with him for a few minutes. He said he went down because he was rushing too much. He had another puncture after that and ended up, I believe, outside of the top 20. One American that was thrilled at the finish was Tim Johnson. I mean, he's been a face of U.S. cross for so many years. I saw him at the finish about 50 feet beyond the line. He stopped, dismounted his bike, and to the thrill of a lot of fans, stood arms overhead, rejoiced. He was excited. Were you surprised by Tim's ride today, and what do you think it means for him to come through with this result, top American, and what was a decent ride?
Yeah, you know, I think he was really happy. I don't know what his expectations were. I didn't get to talk to him before the race, but it was a solid ride for him. I mean, I think, you know, to be the best American at home, it's fantastic, and a great guy to have it happen to.
Well, that's a wrap from us at VeloNews.com here in Louisville, Kentucky. Thanks for watching along during the 2013 UCI Elite World Cyclocross Championships. For Dan Seaton, I'm Brian Holcomb, and for all of our team here on the ground, thanks for tuning in.